Okay, so I found some favoritism here at Radio Free Rhinecliff.
Really?
I found some evidence. Mommy and Daddy were not here for my last episode. And David Stickle and I found some evidence of favoritism.
I'm waiting to hear about the details.
Yes. So we went and we looked at the SD cards. And there's one for Norm. And there's not one for me.
There's actually one for different people. Yours doesn't have a direct name because you get transferred on the spot. So it doesn't really matter. We don't give you a card.
Yeah.
Why don't I have a name on my card?
Because you share yours with everybody else.
You're an all-show card.
Okay, then why does Norm have his own card?
Norm has card number 1 because he was the very first host at Radio Free Rhinecliff. So at the time, we were going to give every host their own card.
Okay.
But you'll be happy to hear that Andy doesn't have his own card.
Oh, wow.
So most hosts don't have their own card.
How long has Norm been a host?
Since day one.
Day one.
Which is how many years ago?
3.5
years.
Okay. All right. I'll give him credit for that. I'll allow that. I will not give you shit for that right now.
Right now.
I mean, I'm glad you didn't find better examples of favoritism because I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there's major. Dave and I are going to dig. We're going to find it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Rhinebeck Scoop. I'm your host, Jennifer C. This radio show is produced by yours truly, Matty Rosenberg and Jennifer Hammoud at Radio Free Rhinecliff. Remember to watch full episodes of the Rhinebeck Scoop on the YouTube channel Radio Free Rhinecliff. Look under the playlist, The Rhinebeck Scoop. Okay, so today we have white people problems. Usually we start with Boujee Banter, but the first thing I want to talk about today is it is wild with the allergies. It is absolutely insane because I keep going to people, going to places and meeting people, and they're just bad. Eyes watering, everything. How have you guys been with the allergies?
Bad.
Oh, really?
I woke up and my eye was like, it looked like I was a rabid squirrel. It was like 4 times the size. It was like, I wasn't sure if I had pink eye, but it wasn't red. It was just super swollen. And then, I took a Claritin, and within half an hour, it was normal size. So I guess it was allergies.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and the weird part is we did have a normal winter. We had like a cold winter.
Yeah,
in
it was
my
really cold.
farm, it snowed almost every day, like even a little bit of snow. And that's supposed to help for allergy season, and it absolutely did not. Nothing froze over. So my acupuncturist said this is one of the worst allergy seasons she's ever seen. And we still had a cold winter, so kind of weird.
Yeah, I think I saw an explanation for that, but I don't remember what it was now. I just saw it was like either that it was too much, there was a lot of rain at a certain point. I don't remember now. So
Yeah, it might have been the rain thing. Oh, Matty, I forgot to ask. Can you put the timer on? Because I have to actually be good today.
That's
and put it on the
usually
actual
the-
timer. Okay.
This timer's on.
Perfect. Okay, so I just want to remind people, unfortunately, I am the histamine expert because of everything I've gone through, and we do not give any medical advice here at Radio Free Rhinecliff, but I just want you guys to research something called quercetin. It's Quercetin. It's something you can spray in your mouth. It's all natural. And that, for me, was the only thing that did anything with histamine. So if you guys are really suffering right now, just look into it. And then also, I always tell people, to get acupuncture. This is my I guess this is the big secret that no one knows about, is acupuncture is amazing for seasonal allergies because Chinese medicine sees it as an immune system issue. It's like histamines are attacking your immune system. So I always get acupuncture starting in February. I get it all year round, but definitely starting in February for the seasonal treatments, and then I'm fine. So just so everyone knows, keep that in mind. All right, so now we're moving on to a hot topic for white people problems. It has been the thing for a few weeks in the local papers, and this is a one-time segment I like to call Let's All Come to Our Senses. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
The 6 senses, or is it 5 senses? It's a sense.
It's 4 senses. 2 senses.
I don't know the story you're talking about yet.
You don't know. Have you heard of 6 senses?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to tell. Never mind. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. There is a proposed $200 million resort and spa to be built in our neighboring town of Clinton with road access in Hyde Park. The resort is a luxury retreat called 6 Senses. a multinational corporation, Intercontinental Hotel Group, is proposing the resort. From what I've read, it's a mixed bag of opinions. Do you guys know all the players in this?
We do know some of them, yes. We know Rhinebeck is suing.
Yeah, Rhinebeck is suing. Yeah, so number one, the town of Rhinebeck is suing Clinton and Hyde Park over alleged illegal zoning changes that have made an easier path for the resort. Keep in mind, town taxpayers are paying these legal fees. Number two, Common Sense's Hudson Valley is a group of concerned Clinton citizens who banded together in 2023 to oppose Six Senses due to environmental concerns and alleged bullying tactics by the hotel corporation. So basically, number one and number two are somewhat on the same side. Okay, and then there is number three, and that is the town business owners and others who would like to hear more about the proposal and how it can increase tourism and revenue in Rhinebeck. One business owner said that since the short-term rental law passed in May 2024, foot traffic has been slow. With a possible impending recession, this could be a major issue, especially if businesses are still recovering from the pandemic. So we have side one, we have side two, and then we have side three. So who is right in the matter? The town of Rhinebeck and Common Sense's Hudson Valley, or the concerned business owners? What do you guys think?
I am concerned about this international hotel chain putting this in. I don't think it's going to give the jobs they claim. I don't think it's going to be. They're also, my understanding is they're sidestepping the law by saying it's a conference center and not a hotel, in which case the zoning allows for it. So there are a lot of shenanigans involved. I don't know if Rhinebeck has standing. I don't have any problem with them suing. I think it probably is a skirt around the proper zoning, and so that's why they're doing it, even though technically it isn't Rhinebeck. So I don't know how that works. We'll find out.
What do you think about the business owner side?
I find it hard to believe that changing the short-term rental laws made that much of a difference in foot traffic. It wasn't like there were 50 homes being rented out in Rhinebeck Village. So I think that if there is any reduction in foot traffic, that's not coming from that change in the law.
How many homes were being rented out? What was the reduction?
I don't know.
I'd be curious to find that out.
What do you think, Jen?
It doesn't feel less busy, frankly.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, we are coming out of the slow season. You know, winter is slow, and it was a bad winter. It was icy and gray and cold. So we generally are slower anyways, but I would love, that's an interesting number. I'd like to hear about that. And, we have become more of a tourism town. I mean, there are no two ways around it. I think that Marabou went through years and years and years and years of negotiations. I don't know for sure, but it does appear that they do bring people into the village of Rhinebeck who then go to the restaurants and do high-end shopping.
I agree. So I wasn't here. I mean, I think I came in 2019, so I think Mirabeau had just been built or something like that. Does that sound about right?
Maybe. It was right before the pandemic, but it was like maybe 10 years. I mean, they had to go back and forth with
that was
parking.
My question. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they had to do an underground parking facility so it wouldn't, it wouldn't be too high. And I mean, they went back and forth for many, many, many years.
Okay. So basically that these people, the Intercontinental Hotel Group, they may have years down the line of negotiations before they even do anything, break ground.
I mean, if you're going through by precedent, I would imagine it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah. Do you have any opinion on, the business owners versus Rhinebeck versus Common Senses?
I do think that our businesses could use a boost throughout the whole season. And, certainly if you have a high-end hotel, it's going to draw people all year round, not just in the summer. But I don't know. We already have issues with parking, and if Rhinebeck really wanted to help itself, they would continue to look at housing and housing development, which I think they're doing with Locust Grove.
Okay. Okay, so that makes sense. This is a tough one because all of them have valid points, right? This is one of these situations. I drive through Clinton all the time, and this resort could possibly change the nice, quiet way of life. And for example, let's say every weekend, the resort hosts 2 outdoor weddings with loud music and 240 guests. Yikes. That's a lot to deal with if you're a neighbor and you're used to the peaceful way of life. And quite frankly, that's why you moved up here, right? Mm-hmm. However, I'm throwing in something that no one's thought about. However, let's talk about the Omega Institute. Okay, it is a 190-acre campus that hosts over 25,000 people a year, and that's from Memorial Day in May to the last weekend in October. I am there all the time in season, all the time, you guys. It's quiet. The people are respectful. I hardly see a car when driving there, even when the parking lot is full. Omega brings business to the town, especially on Wednesdays, which is the half day for workshop students, and they always go into town and eat and shop. And this I know for a fact. The 5 to 9 day workshop students often go out almost every night in town to eat. And these are large groups of tourists. And again, I know this for a fact because there are people in my workshops who I go out with, and they ask me where to go because they're not from the area, and they get sick of eating the food at Omega.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so they get really, because you're eating at the same dining hall with the same stuff all the time. And I shouldn't be saying this, but the dining hall at Omega, not my cup of tea. You think it would be, but it's actually not. So a lot of people actually prefer to go out. And I'm going to be honest with you, the people that come to Omega, they have money. They have money. You'd be surprised. They may not look like they have money, but you would be surprised. These people are rich hippies. And it's the same thing with this Six Senses resort. I would imagine the people that they're going to attract have to have a ton of money. So then you have the 3-day workshop students who often come in early on Fridays to check out the town and spend money. And so Omega brings great business to the town. I don't think people realize how much of a business. So why can't the Six Senses resort have that impact like Omega? I think it can. That's my whole point. I see everyone's environmental concerns. I see what everyone's talking about. But if we need money and there's an impending recession and we want to make sure our businesses are thriving, if things are done correctly, I think it could be done like an Omega.
So what is the point? What is the town suing Six Senses for?
Hold on, let me look again.
Okay.
The town of Rhinebeck is suing Clinton and Hyde Park over alleged illegal zoning changes that have made an easier path for the resort, which I get.
Right.
I get everyone's point. I'm just saying if this is played the right way, you could have an Omega number 2, which is bringing a lot of money to the town. But I agree, it has to be done in the right way. And it has to be, obviously we know it has to be respectful. So that is my, what I call, let's come to our senses.
Woo!
Yay! I was a real journalist. Just a reminder, you're listening to the Rhinebeck Scoop. If you enjoy this show, tell a friend and give us 5 stars on your local podcast player. Thanks. Okay, so today, guys, I don't have time to get into the whole Justin Baldoni Blake Lively thing that I've been promising for weeks. I just don't have the time. So instead, we're going to do something else for our quick Pop Culture Corner today. How did you guys feel about Pop Culture Corner last time? Love it? Hate it?
Conceptually, I like it.
Okay, I'm with Matt.
Okay. We have to ask the listeners. You guys, definitely DM me or write me in here at comments@radiofreerhinecliff.org and tell me how you feel about Pop Culture Corner. Because I was a little nervous doing it. Because I'll tell you why. This is a very NPR. I mean, I guess if you're NPR, you're not really listening to this show, right?
Yeah, I would say that based on your last guess, and you were sexually harassing this nice young man, David Stickle, I would think this is a different audience.
I would think this is a different audience. Yeah, so I think these people will appreciate, you guys will appreciate the Pop Culture Corner. Okay, so today, and by the way, I am going to get to the whole Justin thing, but you guys know more players are now in this whole thing, like Taylor Swift. She is going to be in the, I forget, she's being called into court or the deposition because she's involved in this whole thing now. So they're having famous people now being involved. So I want to kind of wait till that happens.
Okay.
But okay, now, what show, movie, or book have you recently watched and recommend to our listeners?
I just finished White Lotus.
Damn it, you took mine, you bitch.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. Wow. I know it was a controversial season compared to the first 2, but I loved it. So many twists and turns. I just adored it. I 1,000% recommend it.
Which season did you like best so far out of all the seasons?
I have this terrible knack of once I see something, I forget it. Like if there's a sequel, so it's hard for me. I remember
First season was Hawaii.
And then Italy.
Season was Sicily. Yep, Italy. And then this season was Thailand.
Yes. I don't remember I don't remember the details of the first 2 seasons, but I can tell you I do recall that this one was way darker themed.
Yeah.
I liked it. And each time they figure out how to make you feel sorry for the most entitled people in the whole world. And that is a skill.
Yeah, that is a skill. Yeah, absolutely. Matty, how about you?
I'm very slow to adopt most TV shows because I don't want to get too sucked in.
Yeah.
I will say that on the TV front, I find Hacks to be very entertaining.
Yes.
I love Jean Smart. I love Hannah Einbinder. Einbinder? I don't know how you pronounce her name.
I don't know.
But she plays Ava. This season is proving to be fantastic. So that's my sort of vice in the TV world.
Both HBO Max.
Yeah,
I think, right? White Lotus?
I think
and
so.
this one's Max as well.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't watch White
I
Lotus,
watched the first season of Hacks. It was very good. Yeah.
It's worth continuing.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do it. Yeah.
And then on the book front, there's a new book that came out, I think, about a week or 2 ago called Notes to John. It's a Joan Didion sort of journalistic, and well, it is journalistic, although they wouldn't call it that. She basically went to a Freudian psychiatrist for a number of years, starting in 1999, after, Quintana, her daughter, had all sorts of anxiety and depression, and she cataloged these 3 years going to the psychiatrist, and these are called Notes to John because John, her husband, wouldn't come to therapy sessions with her. She wrote down everything that happened and then brought them home so he could see what their discussions were about Quintana and so forth. So it's a book that has a little bit of controversy because some people feel that it was inappropriate to publish these very intimate psychological sessions.
It's a bit unethical, I'll be honest.
I don't know. I wouldn't agree with that. I would say that if Joan didn't want them published, she had every way of doing that.
Okay.
She didn't make any effort to do that. So I think that it's complicated, but because she was a really good journalist, it's really interesting to read. She writes down everything.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend that.
Okay. These are good recommendations. Okay, so mine is obvious. Mine is a wonderful middle-aged recommendation for white people. The White Lotus, as Jen was saying. It's super bougie. And there's all sorts of white people problems, which we love here in Rhinebeck. I feel like we're watching Rhinebeck half the time. Like, honestly, when you watch it, I feel like we're watching that. It's basically, for those of you who've never seen it, it's a murder mystery. That's basically what it is. Yeah, it's great for us little bit older viewers, and even my husband likes it.
Really?
Yeah, and he's not into shows I like at all, but he actually likes The White Lotus. I know one of the guys who stars in there, I was reading an article, an architecture thing about him, and he's from the Hudson Valley.
Really?
Walter Goggins?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from the Hudson Valley. He lives in by the Berkshires, but it's still the Hudson Valley. So my proposal for The White Lotus is next location should be right here.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We have all the players here. We have, I don't know how they don't have like a Housewives of the Hudson Valley with Rhinebeck people. I have no idea.
They definitely should.
They definitely should.
There's
They
enough
have so
drama
many-
here for sure.
I'm sure there is. And they have all that like in-town drama, right?
Village drama.
Village drama. And then you have all the wives, right? Who have the nannies and the gardeners and all of that kind of stuff. So they don't,
So you
what
know-
I'm saying is they have time to dedicate to that show.
So interestingly enough, things might have changed. I am 56 and not 36, but
You look 36.
Oh, I love you so much. It wasn't a big nanny community. So like
Really?
Yeah, no. The people who lived here full time actually they watch their own children.
They take care of their fucking kids.
This is true.
Holy shit.
This is not the Hamptons. This is not New York City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you take care of your kids?
Yes, full
By
time.
yourself?
Actually, I did.
Wow, that's impressive.
I mean, I had a husband, and he was definitely very helpful.
But you didn't ask for a babysitter?
I mean, I had babysitters occasionally. I didn't have anyone during the day, and I did not have a regular person. No. I mean,
Wow.
I would have liked that. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
No, when my youngest went to kindergarten, I used to say that going to the supermarket was like going to the spa. Because like usually I would hear like crash, crash, and there'd be like a jar of spaghetti sauce because I wasn't paying attention to
Yeah,
my
that's
kids.
2 boys though, right?
Yeah.
I want a nanny. That would be nice to have a nice little Rhinebeck nanny who can take care of me every day.
Or would you be
Feed me.
yourself because you don't have kids? Just to be
can
clear
take
for
care
your
of me,
audience.
yeah.
What would you like your nanny to do?
Let's see. I would like my nanny to feed me and burp me and breastfeed me.
This is just a continuation of your AI robot desires.
AI nanny.
Hey, nanny, yeah. I think that would be fun.
Sure.
Take care of Craig's needs.
That's what you really want the nanny
Yeah,
for.
absolutely. When I'm tired and I can pass that on to someone else.
Were you here when they arrested the big prostitution ring in Rhinebeck?
In Rhinebeck?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep. It was a huge deal. It brought down our governor,
Our
Elliot
governor.
Spitzer, right?
Oh, was that here in Rhinebeck?
Yes,
I
it
totally
was.
forgot.
No, it was in Rhinebeck.
Interesting.
Yep.
How big was the ring?
Big. It was
Do
big
you know
time.
anyone that was involved? Was Matty involved? Were you involved?
I've had to sign an NDA.
Oh my gosh, I have to read about this. I have to do research.
Used to see Elliot Spitzer at the Amtrak station.
Now you know why.
Now it all fits together.
It all makes sense now. Now we are moving on to our sweet of the moment. And that is, I'm stealing a sweet from my husband. And he told me he went to Rhinebeck Bagel and said he had the best sandwich. And it was the buffalo chicken wrap. So I just want to pass that on to everyone.
Yeah, Jeremy does a good job.
Does he?
Yeah. Even Matt has said a polite thing or two about the
wow.
bagel shop.
Polite, yes.
Polite. He likes the roast beef.
Oh, wow. So, Matty, where do you like to eat? Like, what is your favorite restaurant here?
Restaurant or well, that's a sandwich.
That's like a
shop.
deli.
Restaurant, whatever
Restaurant,
it is. And it has to be in
definitely
Rhinebeck.
Cinnamon definitely is the best
Okay,
restaurant.
I think cinnamon's really good. I'm going to say Gigi's, too, because they took out the seed oils. And I really appreciate them. So I'm going to say Gigi's as well. Jen?
I think for consistency, I have to go with cinnamon.
Okay. Yeah, the cinnamon is good. Yeah, I agree with cinnamon.
So we should have a restaurant awards that we give out on your show.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Cinnamon would take the 2025 People's Choice Award.
What did they get as a prize?
They buy us dinner.
They sponsor the show. How
I was
about
going
that?
to say, I was in there the day before Thanksgiving this past year, and Paul Rudd happened to be in there.
Your honey, your sweetie.
He's so cute. But I can't see without my glasses. So my brother was like, Jen, it's Paul Rudd. And I'm like, and I said, oh, and we were talking about it. And the owner of the establishment said, he's in here so often, we just call him Paul.
Wow.
So,
That's pretty impressive.
Kudos to Paul for knowing good food.
Yes. Okay. So he knows good food.
It's
Matt?
hands down the best restaurant in town, really.
You know what? Okay. Let me think about this. Yeah,
I mean-
I would say Gigi's matches up as well. I would say now that they've changed the menu a little bit, I would say they match up. I'm trying to think if I eat it anywhere else.
I mean, I like all, to be honest, like there isn't a restaurant that I don't like. It's just that for me, it's consistency.
Yeah, I get it. And then for me, if we want to go Red Hook adjacent, Bliss and Red Hook, I've been going to for years. I'm like an OG there. So I love that. It's a juice bar. Do you know it? Okay, yeah.
I know it. I was just thinking full service restaurant.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Well, River and Post has amazing
That's right.
fried chicken on
You like
Sundays.
River and Post.
I'm obsessed with their fried chicken.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Miss Lucy's on the fried chicken front in Saugus.
But have you had the fried chicken at River and Post? Until you have it, you can't tell me how much you like another restaurant. You have to just try it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Now we're moving on to our sour of the moment, and that is I got a terrible sunburn this week. 2 sunburns. And I was so embarrassed about this because this is like white people shit. When you get sunburned, and the fact that I got sunburned twice, and you can see right now it's so red. So I've been really embarrassed. Then I got the cosmetic procedure done, so that was bad. You'll see it, you guys, in the next episode with David Stickle. I had to wear sunglasses. Then, on top of that, I got this new lotion, and I was allergic to it. So my whole face has been blown up for an entire week. So this isn't that bad, but it still hurts a lot.
Those are white people problems.
Those are, absolutely. They shouldn't happen to someone like me. Okay. All right, my little rhinos, remember to shop right here at the Epicurean for all your upscale grocery and gift-giving needs. You can email me at comments@radiofreerhinecliff.org or follow me, and follow me at Free Spirit Jennifer C for fun and meaningful middle-aged content. And I will put out for the not next episode, but the episode after that, I will put out a question we can all answer. So because of my vacation schedule, you get another episode of the Rhinebeck Scoop next week. Tuesday, May 13th. Yay. I pre-recorded and sexually harassed RBK's favorite bachelor, David Stickle. It's a super fun, major adult content episode. Lots of not safe for work talk and exploitation coming at you next Tuesday, May 13th. Until then, happy Mother's Day, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
What are you doing? Anything exciting?
My son from DC is coming up. My brother's coming, and my parents are going to be here. And my son, Jed, who lives in Rhinebeck and works at Sunflower, everyone's going to be with me.
Wait a minute. I go to Sunflower all the time. What does he look? You'll have to show me a picture.
Yeah, he looks like a
Is he really
boss.
tall?
I guess he's...
He looks like a boss.
Yeah, he's a boss.
Because there's a newer guy in there. Is he new?
Yeah, like a couple months.
Yeah,
He
I bet
wears
that's
a
the guy.
hat.
Yeah.
He's got, like, Jufro.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, that's him. That's Jed.
Oh my gosh, he's so nice.
So cute.
He's your child.
That's my baby.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, cool. And to all the human and fur mamas in Rhinebeck, I just want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. Love you, RBK.
Yeah.